What? What? What is he doing? Hello everyone, welcome to the final week of the Nations Cup. Starting with the battle for rank 1 in Group A here today, France versus Greece. With me here today are Bubbles and Wildescars, both doing the mannequin challenge today. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Doing super great.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Yeah, as I said, today the battle for rank number 1. Looking at the lineups from both teams, I think they're both fighting for their number 1 spot here, so they're taking things very serious. Did you expect this, or would you have expected to both teams also bring their substitutes in and give them a chance?
I think these teams both, I don't know, they're both fairly competitive players, like mindset-wise. So the opportunity to try and beat each other is more valuable than the opportunity to play, like, OTK decks and things.
Yeah.
This might be also like a data collecting sort of thing. They might be trying to collect data on the opponent, see what they run.
Oh yeah, and also
for
try out
any
your
future
own decks,
matches.
right? Look how
Yeah.
good if they want to try out new stuff, that can also be a good spot. That's a good point. So yeah, first of all, let's take a look at the situation in Group A. As I already mentioned, both teams already qualified for the semifinals. So today it's only for the marbles who's going to be number 1 in Group A, and therefore also facing the second place team out of Group B in the semifinals. So maybe a little advantage on that to maybe dodge the better opponent there. And looking at the lineups, as I already said, France with their usual lineup here with Patriarch, Liszt, and Pat. Patriarch and Pat so far carried their teams to the semifinals with insanely high win rates. I mean, also the sample size is not that big now, but Pat already won 3 games here, and I think Patriarch also won all of his games so far. I think that one loss is from the last Nations Cup, but I'm not sure. And then for Greece, we have Kowalski, also 4 games, 100% win rate. Zilder and Espinosa again. Yeah. So I think Kowalski and... So it's basically just the team captains that have to carry their team again. And as we saw against USA against Russia, that also the players that maybe are a little bit under the attention-wise, under the team captains and the famous players, they can do a difference, right? Or make a difference in the end. Especially in Game 5 then.
I mean, yeah, there's certainly a lot of untapped potential, knowledge and skill, just sort of waiting to be used, waiting for someone to give it some attention. And Nations Cup is a pretty good way for people to show off that potential and to sort of show off what they know. They just need to have so their captains put a little bit of faith in them and sort of say, you know what, we're gonna get first place either way. Let's send in someone and give them a go to prove themselves.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just, give the subs a bit of chance to play, get their gears working a bit, get them ready for this the finals and semifinals and all that. Get them ready.
So first match will be, as usual, the pauper format. And speaking of that, we are already in the match here. For France, we have Pat, and for Kowalski, we have Greece here. The other way around. For Greece, we have Kowalski here. Let's see if we can keep this 100% win rate.
bringing Soviets here. Soviet
Ooh.
Germany, it looks like.
It looks like they have a plan.
And there may be our first example of a test unit, the 5th Infantry Regiment. I don't think we've seen this much.
I've seen it quite a bit from the previous matches.
Have you? Oh, I must have
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah, I've
How
seen-
has it been performing so far?
Mid. It's sometimes, gets that +1/+1, but, again, being infantry a bit slow. So it was varying results. Sometimes, it did its job properly, and other times it kind of, it wasn't able to get into the front line, which again, that seems to be with US decks a lot. If you can deny them that front line, they really start to bog down and just get stuffed out super easily.
Pad having a pretty strong start, but this Flampanzer, swinging some tempo towards Kowalski. There is the risk here that Kowalski gets a very big support line, since he can't really take this front line, and with 1 or 2 stars and stripes from Pad, finding the third, not really what he's looking for here. 3 stars and stripes.
But the hammer on Kowalski's
Yeah.
side here. Oh yeah,
Hammer
triple.
could do work. He can take out the Sherman and then trade with the Flampanzer. He can't trade this turn, but he can trade next turn and just start to reset this sort of tempo that Pad had. Now we know there's not a second Sherman for Pad, so really all Kowalski needs to do is buy time and then start to think about how he's going to deal with this second Cali. The Kyushu is very good at dealing with this because these procs, they'll do an extra one, so you can start to slowly tear through them with these extra procs. Any unit which does lots of procs is really nice for taking out Cali. So sort of Nebelwerth and Kyushu, they're very good at just pinging him and bringing him down.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he brought all of these. Just to work around the second California, because we've seen it almost every deck in sort of Pauper and sometimes even Standard. And especially in Pure War with no orders.
Ooh. Pad's hand, oh my god.
A little stuffed up here. Again, 3 stars and stripes, not what you want to see this early in the game.
Do you use the death from above here just to let your 3/3 survive? Not really, huh?
I wouldn't do it personally. I feel like there's better targets. And again, we can manipulate it and try to, leave one target on field. That's when death from above can really shine. Much like the B-17. Now, he's probably going to go face. I don't see a reason for him to trade himself with the Flampanzer.
Yeah.
If he wants to trade, let him use the 2 credits.
Kowalski gonna have to start, making some decisions here, because he's starting to build up his credits, and he's got a lot of different options. These T-34s are pretty darn powerful, but you do have to, no blitz on these. You've got to deploy them and then wait. If he wants to get value out of these, he needs to play them soon. But if he plays them soon, he sort of loses board tempo and things. So it's starting to get to the point where there's some. I think the decisions being made on these turns are crucial and will most likely sort of decide the outcome of this game. So I think take your time, think about it, and sort of.
I wanted to say, if he got lucky, he could have cleared the second California already. With the Eagle
He
Claws
can still
now.
bring it down a lot. And Pad currently not having any way to bolster its defense. He doesn't have a We Can Do or anything like that in hand. Now we do know he runs We Can Do it in his deck because we saw one earlier. Ooh, Hummel.
Hummel.
Or he can't play it though.
One
But
credit
that
short.
16,
Yeah.
I wonder if he goes for the DFA, not realizing that there's a Nebelwerth and a Kyushu in hand, thinking that I can save my Cali for a bit and try and find a buff for it. These 3 stars and stripes, really unfortunate for Pad, You put in one of these and you never find it, so you put in a second and you still don't find them enough, so you put a third in, and then suddenly you have 3 in one hand, and you just feel like crying at that point. Thinking about the DFA. But this isn't Singleton, so there will be more Sickles, more Kyushus. It's a pretty risky play to go for it. I'm going to go for it. I think that's still going to be the end of the California. We may see Kowalski. No, never mind. Yeah, Nebelwerth into T60. Doesn't have to flow any credits as well.
Fortunate here, neither of these units can be bounced back by the half tracks. So again, gonna much what you were saying with the stars and stripes. A lot of times, when you really need a half track, never get one. You keep adding them, and now this situation where you can't really use them, it's really stuffing up the hand. Potentially could have been other cards.
I think maybe you just drop one at this point. You have 3 of them. You're not going to get higher value out of all 3 of them. If you drop one now, you can reduce the T40's health to 2 to set up the 5th infantry trade. And the 5th infantry trade won't last very long because there is a Kyusha, but you cannot play around every single Kyusha Neverworth in existence. At some point, you just have to do things.
Of course.
Actually, I think that Greece really prepared a deck against this US-German deck with all these half tricks. Because look at Kowalski's hand so far, or deck, what he played so far. Only tanks and this plane, you probably don't want to bounce this with a half track, because it gives your opponent an additional draw. He's not having any infantry units in the deck, and a lot of bounce for himself with the Panzer IV.
Pad gonna go for the bounce. I imagine we'll see him flood his own board though, and set himself up for a beautiful Eagle Claws. Possibly thinking about the Hummel move up. Not going for the chocolate infantry. Which is safe. If he went for the chocolate infantry in trade, he would have just been crushed by an Eagle Claw. So definitely the right play there from Pad and some good game sense. Now that howitzer is the one that has the destruction effect to deal 1 damage to all. For those that don't recognize it in Kowalski's hand.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, right?
My first time seeing it in any match, I'll be honest.
It's a nice AoE. It's an artillery which punishes you a little bit more and just slightly more difficult to deal with. It's not so good in regular, but in Pauper, I know Kowalski quite liked it, and in his testing found some good success with it because it's an even more problem artillery, and it is a free artillery, which is pretty well statted.
Do we see the Eagle Claws now? Yes. So this time with the high roll, Katyusha hitting twice.
Could just go for a second Stars and Stripes.
I think we're gonna see it here.
Pad really needing some Shermans here to try and refill this hand and get some really nice value. Because currently, just judging by the 2 players' hands, if this is a war of attrition, I think Kowalski takes it.
It's definitely looking that way. Because Pat's gonna have to get past through these T-34s, a Panzer IV, the 2 FWs, like just so much they can keep throwing at him.
There's a lot of beef. And he can even deal very quickly with these units because of this Blitz T-34. He can drop that and trade, or he can drop the Panzer and send this all the way back to Pad's hand. Not going to hit face for free.
He did, or did he not?
No.
He did not.
No.
He did not.
Interesting. Maybe just kind of hit next turn out of habit.
I assume it was just, automatic. Now look, if you kill this howitzer, it kills all your chocolate infantry, which means this artillery, which is already difficult to deal with, is even more of a problem.
Will he go for the high roll here and try to use the... Actually, yeah, he probably doesn't want to... Either he takes out the Panzer IV and it's a good day, or... Oh boy. He's thinking about it.
Really quite a difficult position here for Pad. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him save the 1st Marines to set up a Sherman. He may also just try and move it up just to sort of secure the front line a little bit more. Because as great as it is for blitzing into Shermans, if you don't have the front line and your opponent has a big tank in the front line, you can't blitz into the front line for a Sherman anymore.
That point's a lost cause, yeah.
Kowalski got a lot of options in his hand. Does have some healing in his hand as well, so not much of the possibility for Pad of just bringing him down through pure face race.
just hoping he draws a Sherman here at this point. Really
Even
getting
if you
bogged down here.
even if you do get a Sherman, you need to get some more of your Sherman. You kind of want Sherman into Sherman or something like this, just because this is really starting to become difficult. Where just one Sherman, which is usually an insane amount of value, might not even be enough value to bring you back into this game. Kowalski's got so many options in his hand. Gonna go for the T-34. Does set up a very nice Stars and Stripes, but it will clear his own board. Ooh, that's good now. Because he can Sherman into Stars and Stripes. Completely reset the board.
And that's exactly what he needed.
Special delivery as well. There you go. That's extra draw.
I hope. I think he's gonna go face here with these chocolate boys before using Stars and Stripes. At least he should.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
because that's 6 damage to face, and then the chocolate boys are gonna die once the artillery dies.
Exactly. And if you trade first,
There we go. I think he sees it.
he
Or-
can also just hit with one if he wants, and then do it, and then he can also special delivery first.
Oh,
So
that's also true. Get
it
more draw.
depends. Yeah, it depends if he wants the draw or the face damage.
Decides to go face. Not a bad option. Bringing down your opponent down to 8. Really putting on that pressure. Look at
Because of that artillery death effect puts him all the way down to 7. We do know though that Kowalski has some healing in hand, so he can sort of recover himself a little bit.
Is he gonna put down a single T-34? Okay, we're seeing the A-45s as well.
Makes you a little bit safer from the DFA, but you can half track and DFA here, which means you guarantee the snipe. Gonna put down the fish so that he can draw first. Nebelwerfer is very nice here. Gives you a little bit of extra reach for finishing off your opponent, while also providing a way of killing these heavy armor T-34s.
Ooh, that's
Kowalski in a
important.
spot of trouble now. He does find a guard.
Going to kill the half track with the Nebelwerfer, I expect. Oh, with Katyusha. Okay. Interesting.
Taking no chances.
Yeah, no, at this point, we have 6 HP. I don't think you can be taking too many chances.
Can go for the Cathy 50-50 first, though, and then see what situation you're in after it doesn't pull off. But I understand why he wanted to go for the draw first.
Ooh, 2
Opting
T60
to
here.
not go for the guard yet, which I think is a safe play. There's not really any blitz that Pat could have. Maybe, T-35s, but other than that, there's not really much blitz you've got to worry about.
Yeah.
He's in a safe position to not worry about having to guard up right now. He's going to kind of go wide here. Establish more board, get the California down. Really stack on that pressure. Oh, we see a
Whoa.
side of strike.
That
Good
is
draw.
That was...
beautiful top deck for Kowalski. It's going to allow him to clear that front line, and he can even move up his 2-3 into the front line to get some big healing off the Cali. Gonna start, ticking down at him with the Kyusha. No 50-50 proc, but I don't think that's an issue. He's got time to deal with this guy.
Wonder if Pat is also running sudden strike. Is he gonna top deck it right here too?
Certainly wouldn't
Funny.
be a bad top deck, but with Kowalski's guards, I think he'd be okay. And this California, we will double Nebula. He can take out a Kyusha, or he can take out the FW, depending what he feels is more of a threat. I think the Kyusha is a good option to kill.
Yeah.
And we saw this California regiment really dominant early on, but Kowalski really unfazed by them in this match. Just sort of not finding them to be a huge problem.
Yo! Alright. Quick fun fact. The 42nd rifle's my favorite card in the whole game. So happy to
Oh
see
yeah?
them. Yeah. They
Just
they
for
really help me out.
The
The
hill.
healing. Yeah, in my early days, loved that card. Just so fun. Again, early days, I'd do that, get down the front line, Red October.
Oh,
That's how I'd get my
Lord.
wins.
That sounds like a draft deck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Good
but
old days of beginning.
40-second rifles always gives me some flashbacks to the early days of cards where
Where it
everyone
healed.
played a lot of 40-second and buffed them, and ambush was not removed. So at some point you just had an 8-9 in the front line from your opponent that had ambush and heals himself every turn.
And
Also,
ambush also, like when you attacked, it counted. Back in the old days of cards.
Yeah, it healed every turn, right?
it healed at the end of your turn as well. So
Yeah.
you could attack with it, get it damaged, and then it would heal at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
And it was
Beautiful. I love that card. Oh, good
I
shot
just
there.
missed old 0k bloody sickle when you'd be like, this is an easy game, and then your opponent with like 0 credits left would top deck sickle into sickle into sickle, and they'd spend 0 credits and like do 4 damage to a unit.
Oh,
But only
That's
ground
not-
units.
Only ground units.
only ground unit.
Not
He
looking
can
good for
bounce.
Pat and France here.
Yeah, it looks real rough.
Not really anything you want to trade into. Like maybe the 2/4. Oh,
You
oh
can
wait, I
take
didn't see
out-
that.
Yeah, you can take out the Nebel, but to what? To what ends, you know? And there's not really much you can have to swing this back into your favor. You know, you can't have like a seaborne invasion or anything.
Yeah.
And these T-34s now sort of rolling into the
Oh,
to the States.
there's
Way
a
too
Sherman way too late.
Yeah, and that's GG here. First game going to Greece.
And Kowalski keeping his 100% win rate also.
I think Kowalski is prepped really, really well. I feel like obviously there's always going to be a bit of RNG involved, but I think it would be unfair to say that Kowalski didn't deserve that win. I think he's done the best prepping out of anyone that I've watched so far, personally.
No,
Okay.
and it definitely shows. I mean, again, 100% win rate, and we don't really typically see Soviets in this, but again, he well crafted this deck just to prepare for this very match, and again, like you said, well deserved.
I mean, I have no doubt this deck was born through testing and not just through pure RNG. You know, it was lots of trial and error, just trial and error.
Good stuff. I mean, again, you put in the hard work, you're gonna get the rewards. Good stuff. Happy to see.
Well,
Hard work pay
you
off.
might get the rewards, no guarantee.
Hey, that's true. So now we're moving on to just a standard format.
Exactly. Standard format. Zilder versus Patriarch. And speaking about that, we are already in the match.
Zelda rocking that veteran card back. I was so close to getting it, and then they changed the achievements. I was sad.
Oh, and you got reset.
Yeah.
This is looking like it's looking like Germany control for both players, which is probably one of the weirdest matchups we've seen, because I don't think either of these decks are overly common.
Yeah, they kind of fell off after a while. Oh, we see a wolf pack.
Yeah,
that can be an
they
interesting one.
definitely fell off the map fairly hard. But the mirrors are always a bit of, who saves what resources till when? Because if you put your resources down too quickly, they can just get sort of destroyed. And being very patient with certain cards, like the Leopold and the Jack Bomber, can go a really long way.
So the key difference here is Patriarch having Italy as an ally, while Zelda has a British ally, because we see that carpet bombing. A lot of AoE on Zelda's side, because also having Root out. Oh, both players having Leopold. Here we go again.
To be honest, I think I prefer the British version, especially in these mirror matches. Assuming he's running Blackwatch, it can do a lot of work. I think it's just more reliable as well. However, if you can get like a Tiger out and put a Man Nostrum on it, no matter how reliable your deck is, that's terrifying.
Yeah, but that's the
Almost no way to
advantage
deal with
with Italy ally, right? You have these Lateshimas, you have the Lions for a day, a lot of good hard removal that Britain ally is not really having.
True. In the mirror or Germany control, it may be sort of less important on the reliability of the deck.
Here we go.
Do we see a wolf pack here? Oh no, he's going for the...
Even after the nerf, I still think it's a very powerful card. Like, just taking out any unit, you're gonna be getting good value regardless.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think Lion for a Day is one of the main reasons these days to play Italy ally in control decks. I think no one will ever agree with me if I say it's better than Man Nostrum, but I feel like it proves itself every time you play it. You play against control, you have these huge units. You play against aggro, they always buff their units, then you can kill them anyway.
Look at that right there. We see it takes out a entire threat there. Jag Bomber, 5/4, really strong airplane. Now that's one thing here we're not gonna see. Patriarch probably, from I can think of, has no guards whatsoever. Oh, and he gets his own comet.
Comet battle now. No, he's not going for it. Maybe afraid of another careless talk.
Maybe that's why he played the Flampanzer. Yeah, that's very true.
Do you think you're running FWs if you're Petrichor? Because if you're not running FWs, there's going to be very few things for the Sky Barons to hit. Other than like a Jag Bomber, obviously you can't hit the Comet because it dodges it.
Totally forgot about the Bolonga Regiment. No, but yeah, I can't really think of any. What?
Oh.
Getting
Stranglehold.
rid of the root out.
Was there any reason for that?
I don't see one at the moment.
He wasn't gonna overdraw.
He's trying to do something with a Blackwatch. While like worrying about a Blackwatch and trying to do something to sort of prevent a Blackwatch, but it still seems puzzling at least to play it there.
Now, do you go for Kama here or for Wolfpack? Well, gets rid of his own root.
Yeah, the problem with Comet is you don't want to lose it to a countermeasure.
Yeah, that's certainly a big risk when playing your Comet early into the game, and it just gets eaten by like a careless talk or something.
Zilder also not dropping his Leo here.
Probably gonna wait for Patriarch to establish more of a board presence. He's using on one unit typically. That's on the support line. Oh, but he's just not gonna play his game. He's gonna play his own game. Oh, there we go.
Although we know there's a Comet here, and I think Comet into Leo
Latissimo.
Just.
And now he's gonna be down his own Leopold. Patriarch still having his own. Yeah, there's a stranglehold. Not really too big of a deal. It'd be an 8 cost. Really, no draw here for Zilder, unfortunately. Which I'm assuming he's running the convoys, being having the Britain ally.
He may even just be doing Lend-Lease.
Oh, that as well.
A fairly common draw engine to use.
One time, really good for the late game.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he wasn't running either of them. You traditionally run lots of convoys or a couple Lend-Lease.
Why Nostrum? Not letting the Flampanzer be able to trade here with that ambush. Seeing fortifications though, that's for sure. That's the second one.
Draw would be way better.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ooh, and the Heinkel.
See Heinkel. Because he needs more draw.
Wait, what? That was definitely not what he wanted to do.
You can still move up the guard there and keep it alive.
But then you get
Probably
free weight to
scared.
the comet and with not
Yeah,
another
but
guard in
you've
hand.
got Man Ostrom.
Using
But it
it.
dies either way.
Carpet.
You know, the other game I was playing, I did almost the exact same thing. I was playing Soviet artillery, and I thought I really need to secure the front line and kill this unit in the front line. And then I moved all my artillery into the front line. It turned out it was my unit in the front line all along.
Oh.
And I just completely moved everything up.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, he's already down to Leopold. I believe Zelda already used his Africa corps as well.
Yeah, he used it super early into the game.
So no chance for another Leo.
I think it's fair to say he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, our
Was about to
Dufer.
get- oh, there you go.
Very
He caught
nice. Played around it.
Getting a Clan Panzer out of it. Not what you want to see this point in the game. This game looks like France is probably going to take game. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much of a way out here.
Ooh, that is
He
delaying
can
it.
stall. That is.
Maybe if he can find a draw engine into a guard, he can delay it a bit, but it's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, especially when Patriarch is also having his own Leopold still, and he doesn't have to worry about Zelda putting anything out or another Leopold.
For sure. And
Yeah.
you also have the U-boat removal, which obviously now can hit quite literally anything, no matter the cost.
Oh yeah. Man, when it took away 3 cards, that always stung.
Yeah.
It's still strong though. Losing 2 cards still.
Oh, he's
Oh,
finding it
here we go.
hard.
But I think this only delays his death by a little bit.
Yeah. He's losing his comet now.
Through the breaches here. Kind of just been sitting in the hand.
Could have also played it on the Pencil 3, moved the La Decima up.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about Khan anymore. Oh, he gets his own research finally. But I don't think he can research in time unless he pulls out his 4th fortification.
No, it's definitely looking like he's. Oh, sorry, the phone's.
Now he's moving
no
it
way.
up.
There we
What
go.
can he
Again, no
find
threat
here?
from the comet.
Ooh,
Sky Barons. Ooh,
least.
fortunately.
giving him another out here.
He's
What?
gonna hope to discard the comet, maybe. Let's see, does he get it?
He's got to. Oh.
Through the breach.
Oh, what?
Oh!
But he's still dead.
He's not able. Yeah.
You're getting a little bit excited. There.
Why did he not kill the La Decima? Ah, he could not, right? Oh?
Ambush.
Yeah,
No, why did he not kill it with the U-boat?
Good question.
Because he
What did he kill?
He killed the air unit, which he could
Yeah.
have killed next turn with the Sky.
Yeah, it only has 2 attack.
Yeah, you're right. He could have bought one more turn.
Must have panicked.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he was in real trouble either way there. But no, you're
Yeah.
right. He could have definitely bought one more turn for himself.
On to game 3. Are we gonna have another game 5 scenario here? I hope so.
Definitely.
Greece maybe not so, because they're trying to be done here, huh? They've been in a rush.
So for Greece, Espinosa is playing. Not sure who's playing for France. 3rd game. We have to find out. Which one is the next one? It's pure war format. So only units and countermeasures allowed in your deck. No orders allowed. So it is.
See more
Liszt.
stranglehold.
Oh yeah, stranglehold. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing, clearly. It's such a funny card. I wish I saw more play.
It's sort of the more play it sees, the weaker it is.
Yeah, Because then
Like,
people work around it.
Yeah, you want your opponent to be completely caught off guard. I actually think the open decklist format killed that card's hope for competitive play. I think if it was still closed decklist at a lot of events, Stranglehold may like peek its way in just for like 1 or 2 games.
Oh yeah, because again, mainly when people want to work around countermeasures, they want to like put down the small units, but again, Stranglehold completely negates that.
German Mirror. It's like Alpine for
Fine.
this. And Alpine
Fine.
for... Yeah.
There we go. Another Alpine Mirror.
And these turn 1 Pioneers really, really scary. Oh
Look at
my
that.
god.
Oh, two
2
of
of
them.
them. The ATMs. 2 ATMs.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, we cannot see Espinosa's hand here. Not sure why.
It's just terrifying.
You really don't want to put down a raw Alpini here. The
To be
second one.
honest, at this point, I would probably just surrender. That would be my genuine response to the situation. Would be just to surrender.
Having both of these Pioneers. I agree. It's not looking so hot. Oh, and it just wow, turn 3 Jew here.
Oh lord!
Jew.
What do you do here other than pray? What can you do? You know.
Like he's about to get so many units here from this plane here. This 4/6.
He just gets 3 Alpine units now. He does not even need to draw. He can just create his own units here. Ding.
Yeah, I don't need to draw Alpine units. I'll have your Alpine unit.
Look at this. Oh boy. So we see, because when I'm looking from Liszt's hand here, like we see Alpine, right? But we're seeing a lot of like the other stuff you don't usually see in Alpine, which I assume is from the Pure War not being able to run orders. Because we see Wilburwin and the Panzer 3L.
I mean, you also don't usually run the JU, right?
That's also true.
That's a pure war edition, but it's, you know, if you get it down on what, turn 3 was it? Then I guess it's good.
I guess it's a good card. Well, I believe most 5-cost units are good when you can get them on turn 3.
That does seem to be a trend.
We see Nashub here, not seeing how he can do much here. Yeah, just not a lot of options here for Liszt.
Not really.
Like I said, I feel like the only real option is to just pack it up and go home. You know, you're sort of
Move on to game 4.
just be done with it. Yeah, this is too much. Like my emotions can't handle it, and quite frankly, I value my sanity.
It's important in a format like this. You need the sanity for future matches.
Exactly.
Look at that.
He's just farming. Yeah, he's just like farming units, just hard at work.
And it still has 1 HP. Could probably squeeze out 1 more. Because what's he worried here?
Pioneers are just so damn scary. It's you can't deal with them the moment they come down. They're just such an issue, and it can be almost impossible to win the game when 2 of these come out on the first 2 turns. If you don't have a way of sort of reaching them extremely quickly, it can pretty much just be GG just for the free money, the ATM machine.
Essentially. And what Espinosa did as well is, dropping them at the 3rd unit, so it was a 3/3, making it even harder to deal with.
Yeah, it's just...
It's very difficult.
I actually hate these Pioneers so much. I'm trying not to rack on them too hard, but oh god, I hate them.
Yeah, who can blame you?
They're going to be one of the most frustrating cards to lose to. I would prefer to get Kato TK'd than see 2 of these come out on turn 1 and turn 2.
I totally get that. Now, I will say though, it's definitely more of a balanced game than I thought it was gonna be. I thought by now we would have already been on the singleton game right here, but he's defending really well.
He is. I mean, he's got a Nash up, so you can counter the credit cheat with extra credit cheat.
Yeah. Fight fire with fire here.
Exactly.
I like it.
And I mean, if he manages to not just hold his ground but end up winning this, because it's one thing when you hold your ground, but if you can turn around and win it, it's going to be seriously impressive.
Oh. Probably wish he had the careless talk up last turn. To at least take care of one of these units. Does he search for something with the Panzer 3L here? Or H? This one's the H.
Oh, that's difficult. It's a bit too late for the pioneers to be useful.
I would go comment.
I think you go comma or a biche. A biche could certainly, because it's pure war. There's not really many ways of dealing with artillery. If you get 2 biche down, it can become real scary. But I don't know if he has the establishment on the board to get away with such a thing. I think it's sort of, yeah. I think the comment's the safer option. I mean, no matter what happens, the comment's going to be useful.
That's true. Definitely not worried. Now both players are starting to get down to their last bit of cards here of draw, because I think we're gonna get to a point where it's gonna rely mainly on top decks. Oh, his own Panzer 3H.
It's almost like the perfect top deck when you're searching for cards, because it not only gives you options, it's not just like draw, but it's pick what you want to draw, which is amazing. But then it's also this 2/4 tank. I think it's possibly the perfect top deck when you're looking for a draw.
Oh, very, very strong. And also, like you mentioned, you're looking for a card. It can just put down the cards you don't really need at the moment at the bottom, making space for the cards you do need at the moment to be able to be
Exactly.
top deck.
Like I really don't want this right now, but maybe I'll want it later. Oh no, maybe I don't want it later. Sorry, I don't want this at all. This can just disappear, and I never have to deal with this card again.
Overall, very strong deck. It used to be a 2/5/2.
Oh yeah, dude, it was a little bit ridiculous.
Very impressive that Liszt is still in this game here.
I'm impressed.
I mean, he's not just in it; he's turning it right. He's got a bomber in his support line, which is sort of bomber artillery support line is your sort of go-to to winning these sorts of matchups.
Yeah, the less you have to trade, Oh, his own Heinkel. Is he gonna hit the Heinkel? Yep. So now both players have their comment in hand. Gonna try to get some draw here from the Alpinis. What can he get? Flampanzer, not.
We're going with his own comet now for the Heinkel.
I hope so, because if he lets Espinosa keep getting draw, that's how he's gonna lose this match.
Maybe we can also drop the Obice here, but I think it's not big enough to survive.
Not very long, at least, yeah.
Tough choice.
Liszt here, very. Oh boy.
Oh man, he put up such a good hold. If he, if he can't re-establish himself, I would be. It's a pretty depressing situation to stand up for yourself so well, and then just slowly get done through just sort of war of attrition. Especially when it's top decks, it feels even worse.
Yeah, because this was normal. He definitely could have been hoping for an Enigma top deck, that sort of thing.
Oh, not in pure war.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, if this was not pure war, which not what you want to see here. At this point, those pioneers are not going to do you any good.
So what can you hope for if you're Liszt here? What we've not seen any Leopolds, which I assume they're both running.
I
Oh,
can
no,
imagine.
Did we see a Leopold?
I don't think so. This
No,
match, I don't
not yet,
recall.
no.
It's just we've seen so many Germany mirrors so far today that they're all sort of blending into one. I feel like a Leopold could be a sort of way back into this, but other than that, even the Obish is just going to die to the Flampanzer.
Yeah. Everything here is just... You got an answer for it, which again, we can't really see Espinosa's hand, but...
Probably going for the Flampanzer here with the comment. Just to protect Obiche.
Doesn't really have much to...
I mean, it's a ballsy move, but in situations like this, you kind of have to go for these sort of...
I mean, there's a guard anyway sitting in the support line from Espinosa, so that comet is probably going nowhere. Would be interesting to see if some of the players maybe put La Decima into their decks.
I think it'd be a good addition.
I think so. In Pure War, not having any orders to remove, just there you go. Pocket removal.
Yeah. An ambush as well. Well, it's only 2-4, but ambush in formats where your opponent is forced to trade, obviously a lot more power.
Yak Bomber?
That's not too bad, actually. He can buy a little bit of time.
You can also protect his Obiche even more.
Yeah, it will still die though, right? He moves up to the front line, they can get the trade.
Yeah, with 2 tanks.
Yeah, I can't see him keeping it alive, but he can make... Oh, of course, the new Obish ability.
Yeah.
I was thinking old Obish. Right.
Oh, what's coming now? Nebelwerfer? Yeah.
There it is.
And the guarded arty.
Ah, third ping is not what you need here.
One drops off the top of his deck. But this game's been a roller coaster, especially because we don't know what's in Espinosa's hand. It's even more like, what is going on?
What is that? I think regardless here, Espinosa's got a good trade with this Nebel Warfare. Oh, are we see another one?
No.
And there's the comrade,
yeah, that might be GG now.
Because even Leopold, Leopold can't do anything about Comet. And 22nd Infantry, not gonna do much when you don't have the front line here.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no one can say he didn't put up a good fight.
Oh no, incredible fight, especially with the start that Espinosa had.
It was way closer than we would have expected after turn 3, where he just dropped the U there on turn 3.
I mean, credit to him for not surrendering like some of us would.
Oh. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not gonna.
Bit too late to save.
With no guard in hand, Comet has 3-way now, and
I even had the autocannon. So there we go. Greece taking game 3.
and leading 2-1 now. So with their next win, they can already win the whole match.
Definitely gonna try to.
You know, no pressure, France. No pressure, but.
And honestly, I think you're right about that. There's not too much pressure. Again, they're competing for bragging rights in first place, or not? Well, yeah, first place into the semi rounds. But again, both teams have already made it to the next round. They're not exactly stressing about being eliminated, much like some of the matches we had last week.
True, there is a certain just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter too much since you know you're gonna qualify for the next stage no matter what. So saying that though, a lack of OTK decks, which
Yeah, we're gonna see Katusha OTK versus Baby Combo right here.
Dude, Yusha OTK is no joke. That deck.
Oh no,
wins
it does.
way more than it should do. It's disgusting.
I think I've only won against it once. Every other time I fight, I've lost, and it's embarrassing. But it's yeah.
It's not embarrassing. The deck is scary. What can you do about it?
So I played it last week a bit, and I was not too successful with it. Maybe I did not have the correct list.
I don't think it's as good on ladder, but in tournaments, it just kicks ass. It's insane. I took it to the quals, which I didn't do very well in, but the deck itself did well. I didn't do very well at all because my other decks were sort of terrible. But the Kyusha deck, it didn't lose a single game. It was just disgusting. I felt like a terrible human being.
So, Kowalski with Japan here. Do we finally see Japan aggro in Singleton? Is it possible?
Is it Japan aggro?
Oh wait, I have to put up the Kowalski's link should work.
I mean, it was spoken about last week. If you can make a control deck work in this sort of format, an aggro deck can work, sorry. If you can make an aggro deck work, everyone is playing control, but no cards early on.
Oh, he's playing plain deck. Maybe...
I think it's just Japan control, just sort of standard control, which we don't see so much in regular format. But I think they've got pretty solid elites, so in Singleton it may sort of... it may be able to do some unexpected work.
I think it's a bolster the Schmolster deck with all these airplanes. Also probably having...
You can only have one bolster, right?
Yeah.
Does it count as a bolster deck if you only have one?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we're seeing Tony. We're seeing the keys. The maybe not bolster, but definitely like planes. But we're gonna see the... What's it called? The one that gives the fighter the fury. The Ring of Fire or something like that.
No, it's Burst of Fire.
Burst of Fire.
Ring of Fire. That'd be a cool.
Yeah, and every time you play, there's Johnny Cash thing in the background.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh. Ooh, but there's a flak.
I wonder if we're gonna see it. Last time we saw the flak, did not really get much use. Kind of just stood in the hand, got placed a little too late. So
Patriarch's hand is so scary. He's got Howcat. He's got the P51. He's got the Hipper. How do you feel comfortable with your big fighters? You have to blitz them, otherwise they're just getting bounced or killed or whatever. It's just... I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty terrifying hand, to be honest.
No, I definitely agree. Just control.
Yeah,
I see this hand as screams control.
Complete control as well. It's not just like a little bit of... he has complete lockdown pretty much over everything, so long as it doesn't kill him in one, big swoop. Because that is one of the issues with Germany, USA. You got no control. No heal, sorry. You got no heal. So he is like very open to just being fighter blitz. Okay, I'll kill that fighter. Oh, there's another one. Kill that one. Oh, I'm dead.
I'm assuming he's going for the Tony play here. Because he just skipped his turn on 7, so we're going to see a Tony.
You can actually dodge countermeasures with the Tony, because it deploys on your opponent's turn. There aren't any which he has to worry about right now, but
there's the flak.
I think you just go face here with the Tony.
Having the sheet in as well, yeah. He's gonna hope he finds his one bolster. He has to be running at least the one bolster.
I mean, you can. I feel like you can't really outvalue this. Well, what do you do to outvalue it? You can remove the ambush on that, but your fighter will still die when trading into it.
He's just going to trade the bomber or go face. I agree, though, with the face option here, because these decks is just attack the HQ. Is he going to deadly duty it? It's going to die anyways to the artillery, so not the worst play. Always sad to have to deadly duty such a big unit, but in terms of value, I think it was a better option.
I mean, if you get a lucky DFA, you could be in a completely fine spot. It's just whether you can get a lucky DFA is another issue within itself,
Yeah, start praying to your lucky stars here.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Desperate as well. desperate with the troll. He can kill this this flat gun, so he can actually sort of wipe the board and establish himself. Oh, dude, look at this desperate plus patrol, and you just clear this whole board, and then you. Oh, look at this. Can you even put down a guard to finish it off as well?
He can. He has 5 credits left over.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good play. Strong turn.
We may just see a hipper come out. Sort of slow him down a little bit, stop him getting quite so much board presence established. Callie in hand.
Oh, go for it.
No, I'm just thinking Callie is possibly way too slow here.
I was gonna say I want to see this Empire of the Sun on the
Oh,
Cali.
Ooh, what?
Glory! Howdy!
Oh, glory.
That's Kowalski for you.
Dude, that card is a banger. This has to be one copy of this in Japan Control. The only reason it's not meta is because Japan Control isn't meta. Dynamo told me about this. You put one of these in your deck, and your opponent will always put down their elite, and you just kill it.
You never expect it. That's the thing. I feel like it's such an underrated card.
Yeah,
opponents are gonna have elite.
Around it. It's beautiful.
No one's thinking, oh, I'm not gonna play my elite because he might have 4 glory. No one thinks that. I see the hipper here. That's
15 credits for Patriarch on next turn.
This DFA is honestly worrying me because I feel like he's gonna try and force lock a situation where he puts down a guard and a fighter or something, or like sheed in with ambush, calculates that it can't die, and then a DFA is just gonna come out and ruin it.
Going the safer route, just 2 guards. We could see a Leopold Panther play right here.
And if the Takasaki's on board, it does stop the DFA in a sense, because you're worried that it will discard something far more important.
Yeah, you're definitely worried about that.
Oh, what a top
last
deck.
man. Right on 10 credits, too. Insane value.
Ouch.
Night Hunter's airstrike right here. Oh no, just gonna go for the common damage. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, he likes to go for the discard here.
Maybe he's scared of him dropping Takasaki again and discarding himself.
Kowalski definitely expecting it here.
He's thinking about playing the Alpine guy, because the downside to, or not the Alpine, the ramp, sorry, the ramp guy, because the downside to this is if there's no countermeasure, you've just ramped from 11 to 2.
Yeah, that's when you want to do. Oh, that's definitely what he wants. I feel like he was working around the Takasaki this whole time.
These countermeasures may just save Petricle's life, If a Blitz sheet in comes down and it gets just destroyed instantly. And I mean, it's pretty difficult for Kowalski to play around.
Well, look at that Sayun.
Oh!
No guard.
No guard. Nothing to draw with. That means
I swear.
we will see.
These matches are set up, man. We're going to game 5 every time.
Dude, game 5. I'm hyped. Yeah, it's just
I'm
been
excited. I
nothing
like
game
it.
5.
Nice script, huh? Nice script.
Nice script.
Dude, jeez, you gotta pay your writers more, dude.
Is it becoming too obvious at the moment?
You gotta pay them.
Oh man. Okay, so we have another decider here.
Ooh. I honestly I don't know who's gonna take it. Sometimes you can have like a decent idea here, but I have no idea.
I'm gonna say, just to create some tension, I'm gonna say Greece.
Say Greece, alright.
Yeah, it's gonna be Greece. It's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be a stop. And then the French player, whoever it is gonna make a misplay around 15 minutes in. Right, this is my prediction. It's gonna be a real long game. And they're going to make
Alright.
a terrible misplay, and we're all going to be really confused by it, and then Greece will win. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm calling like the entire game right now.
The entire game. What decks are we gonna see?
Uh,
It's gonna be.
oh lord, it's going to be probably a German mirror match if history's anything to go off.
Because I've been rooting for Greece since, you know, they've had such a strong start, but I just want to root against France just to, you know, right here, to have against you, just to say, oh, one of us was right, one of us was wrong.
Well, and you think it'll be a fast stomp game as well to even
A fast game. Just the Jaggro.
Zum
End it
Jaggro.
all.
double Jagger.
Turn 1 double Befehlswagen deployment.
GG's.
Something like that.
Turn 2, type 93, just 3
Yeah.
damage. That's it. Oh
Double
man, I wonder.
Wagon and double
feel like that's
M4A1.
It's gonna be a super short turn 5 game, or we're gonna be here for 40 minutes. 2 brick controls.
The resistance
no way
mirror
between.
match. The resistance mirror match.
Oh,
I'm
that's
ready.
gonna go to fatigue. That'd be funny.
So
Do we
it
know
will
the
be,
players, Spooz?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Zilder will play for Greece and Pat will play for France.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
excited. That's
Strong players.
I like that. Yeah, very strong players. I like it.
Zilder was playing Germany Control right earlier.
Yes.
But I wonder, do you think we'll see him pull out the Arty deck, the Zilder Classic at this point, the Zilder Soviet Japan Arty, which he did do with recently.
He did. Will he put his entire country on the back of the Arty deck?
I would. I'd put his country on the back of an Arty deck. You know.
His country, not mine.
Yeah. No. I think the deck's good though, and I think people don't know how to play around it. So I think if he brings it against Petrichor, it could sort of be like a very fast win for him. He does have like the potential for a turn 1 Cossacks as well on that deck, which is obviously just
insanely strong.
yeah, it's one of the strongest turn 1s in the whole game. It surprises me that it's not the strongest turn 1, but it's one of them.
I think the strongest turn 1 I've ever seen was from Spooz himself here. The turn 1,
The Trop turn 1, yeah.
That was.
This is a very hard combo to turn off.
You lose that game still, I swear.
Yeah, that was really close, right?
Yeah, you didn't even win and you had a turn 1 draw.
I won, but it was very close.
Oh, you did win?
Yeah, I won,
I
but
thought you lost. Oh.
it was... I almost
It feels
lost.
like it shouldn't be close though. But I guess you can't really do much turn 2.
Other than attack face with Trop, huh? But
yeah.
have they established?
Then if your opponent is having a half track or stuff like that,
Yeah,
you just get back to hand, and you're sitting there with a 1-1 in the front line, and what was the other one? A Panzer 2. So
and no hand as well.
It's not an auto
like
win.
Your whole hand, yeah. I mean, that's part of the power of Cossacks, right? It's just like one card. You don't have to bring like a big, complicated combo. You just chuck down a Cossacks, and it's that.
Are they fighting already?
No, they're...
Or is it just...
They're locating each other. They're just looking for each other.
Yeah, very, very different countries, so...
Yeah, you gotta go looking, yeah.
Sure, what's the problem there? So, Zilder had a problem of not seeing Pat online. No, I don't see.
It's a classic issue.
That is a classic issue. I usually restart the client. Just restart cards.
Yeah, I think Zilder is still restarting.
Or should I say one of the classic issues? We have quite a number of classic issues with cards.
Yeah, but a lot of them have to do with the friend list. Whether you cannot add someone, or you cannot see someone, or the challenge is not working.
Someone's in a battle when they're not in a battle.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Oh, we're in.
Match number 5.
Jaggro versus is it Britair?
Britair, I expect. Yeah, let's see.
Britair, Brick.
So the winner of
Control.
Brittany.
Oui.
So we were both right. I said Jaggro, you said like brick control sort of thing. Oh no, you said German mirror. Never mind.
I said German mirror, but I'll just pretend that I was right anyway.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I think this is actually quite good for Brittany here, because you heal up and Jaggro really struggles to burn you. You've got like the Man Nostrum, the the fortification. How do you Jaggro burn this?
And especially with this starting hand, this is not the hand you want to see when you're playing Jaggro. You got Desperate Measures, Sendai, and no way to proc the Befehlswagen right away. But I think, yeah, we're gonna see it right here.
At least has 20,
And
the
then-
22nd is surviving. It also gives him a Befehlswagen, an additional draw next turn. But still not the greatest hand. He just found all of his orders here. Isn't this just all orders that you play in a deck?
Essentially, right here, I'm saying.
One Enigma is often played.
Ah, yeah, one Enigma, but how unfortunate. And the Sendai, oh my god.
But yeah,
not
it's
technically an
most
order.
of them. You don't run many more orders than this.
Is he gonna do Desperate to force only one trade?
I should wait,
'Cause-
I guess.
Maybe he puts more stuff down.
Yamato is actually played as well sometimes. I know the Japanese, not the Japanese. I don't remember who it was. Someone brought Yamato to an OCC and did really well with it.
That's another card that I feel should see more play. Because there's just 2 damage on every Japanese unit. Just so much burn.
Yeah, I mean, the Japanese with their burn, when you put Yamato down, they can be really scary. I mean, it's sort of like, I'm going to carpet bomb you next turn, and you can go, well, we can do it and keep everything alive, or you can say, I'm going to Yamato, and you'll die anyway when you carpet me.
And carpet being the huge counter for Jaggro, so it's just, alright, carpet me, do it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I definitely, this is very weak hand for Pat here starting off. First signal.
Oh, that's good.
Good card on its own.
I feel like Zilder has currently an answer to pretty much everything. You can't really swarm him because as a Monty, he's got guards and he can heal. You can't burn him out because he's got heal. It's sort of like, how do you bring Zilder down here? I don't think you can.
Mare Nostrum, Fortification, the 2 Fiats, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really... It feels like it's just a matter of time until you're like, you feel defeated here. And if I was Zilder, I would be so comfortable right now. I'd be able to sit back and just think to myself, this hand is just like beautiful.
Just enjoy the ride at this point, because turn 5, and again, not what you want to see.
I mean, we do see surprises. It's possible that some mistakes will be made, and that Pad will be able to just quickly burst him out of nowhere. It is Jaggro. It does have that capability of, I'm in complete control, I'm fine. Oh shit, I'm dead. Where did that come from?
Definitely a bit difficult though. Mare Nostrum on a Fiat here, double heal.
I mean, it's certainly far from ideal. Can take out the with the bombing range though. But there is another Mare Nostrum, and there's a fortification. Like, it's going to be really difficult to burn him out. Kind of needs a second Sendai so that he can Sendai the next Mare Nostrum unit he sees. If he can find that and deal with both these Mare Nostrums, maybe he can sort of beat him down and take him out.
Does he play main retreat here?
Not really.
I think you wait, because you can move up the meter and spawn in the beef wagon, and then you can even go greedy and put down the Shiden first. I don't know if you do want to go greedy, but just because it's such a difficult scenario to play burn here and burn out Zilder, that you kind of want to go for a bit more value over burn.
That's very true, yeah. And see here, Zelda's very confident in his healing because we see Commonwealth in his deck. There's the Monty. Air power. Probably looking for a carpet bombing of sorts. Maybe he's expecting the Yamato, trying to take out these units before Yamato comes out. And the Sexton. Key.
Ooh. This is a
Unfortunately,
difficult, this is a really
2
difficult turn for Pad. It's it's a big turn, it's an important turn, but it's a difficult turn to work out what to do. And it's very easy to sort of to play the wrong card here and make a mistake.
None of these cards here. You play one and it's gonna affect the other.
I mean, it feels so bad just dropping these fighters when there's an artillery on board that you know is just going to start chomping them down. Also, it just feels so bad to play Feigned Retreat and discard your two big fighters that can sort of beat down Brittany's big HP pool very quickly.
The unfortunate thing here, yeah, he has the answers for both of them. He has the Line for a Day and La Decima.
And even Mosquito Sexton attack, so...
Yeah.
Now he can play more Nostrum on the Sexton. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, this game is over.
If he gets... Not that.
He was hoping.
So as you can see, it was a really long Germany mirror match.
Oh, most definitely.
Probably the longest Germany mirror match I've ever seen.
I love that bounce with the Leopolds, like back and forth like 3 times.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. There's going to be a blind person in chat who thinks there's a German mirror match right now.
He's super excited.
Yeah.
He's like,
another
oh,
Leopold? Whoa!
How'd he get 3 in his deck?
It's the 6 Sherman classic. You know, when you play like US aggro and you're just sitting there with 6 Shermans in your hand.
Oh yeah. Looks like he just finally decides to just take the loss with the Sheeta and takes out the guard.
I don't see any way where you can win this still. Like from turn 1, this seemed rough. It's bad. And it's not really gotten much easier throughout the game. You know, he's gotten a little bit of stuff. He's gotten like some Sendais and things, and the bombing rage was quite clutch, but it's really, really rough. I don't know how else to describe it other than really, really rough.
And we haven't seen a single one of the cavalry regiments. We see the first Akita here, so I feel like, yeah, even at this point, all the top decks were just very rough for Pad. He had like a few good ones. But
you also have to not only burn out Britain, but you have to burn out Britain with a massive, massive Sexton healing in each turn. And a big guard, and then he's also got this huge hand, so he's going to be doing shit himself. He's not just going to be idly waiting for you to act, you know?
Yeah, no. This is... I'm trying to think here. I don't see anything from Pat, even with this Feigned Retreat now. Look at this, another guard from the Sunday being defeated.
Yeah.
Watch he played Yamato. Watch this first card be in order.
Oh no.
That'd just be sad.
The only possible one would be Enigma, but it's still just gonna get countered by the Ultra. Like if I top deck in Enigma, I wouldn't be too annoyed, and then I would see the fucking Ultra come out, and I just
aw.
Yeah.
At that point, it's not even about value. It's just that just hurts.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
But bidoo.
Ultra. Aw. Is he running any Rising Suns too? That's what he could be running those for draw, but
yeah, usually you don't do it together with Feigned Retreat.
Yeah.
You want the errata as well. You not only don't want to screw up your Feigned Retreat, top decking units, but you also can use the errata to get like the pretty much perfect
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed Zilder has a Churchill. Like the Churchill.
Oh yeah, the Ave. Which actually I think is a super legit card. And when you get to the late game against Jagro, which has been Feigned Retreated, you send everything to their hand, and then you watch them burn themselves out as they redeploy their board.
It's always fun. watching your opponent burn themselves out.
Yeah,
I
and
remember. It was
the amount of times I've been in a position with Jaguar where it's like, if I could just stop, if I could not take fatigue for like 2 turns, I could kill you. But fatigue is just gonna screw me over completely.
So Pat needs to win now, or he's just dying to the Commonwealth.
You're right. He finally had enough heal.
Oh, look, he's not having another order. He just found all of his orders in Starlingham.
Oh,
I mean, let's look on the bright side here, though. A Commonwealth to finish the Nations Cup and to put Greece in the first place. That's a pretty stylish way of winning.
when have we seen a Commonwealth win? When was the last time we saw a Commonwealth win?
Yeah, it's not very common that you see Commonwealth.
Although it's called Commonwealth, right?
Yeah, it's uncommonwealth, rare wealth, you know.
Commonwealth, yeah.
Yeah.
I could have used these surprise attacks earlier to try to take out the Sexton, but again, far too late. We're just slowly delaying.
I'm excited. I don't remember the last time I've seen Commonwealth be pulled off in a competitive environment. You know.
Oh, you ran out of
Probably not gonna
time.
expect it.
Not that it matters. Oh, even the carpet
carpet.
bombing.
Oh, there
There
it
it
is.
is.
Oh, and it's the full 20-0. Oh, Zilder, you beautiful man.
Seriously,
I would have loved to see a carpet bombing here.
I would
Just
have
to
loved
see
that.
all these units die.
Oh, but dude, Commonwealth, and it's the max HP Commonwealth as well.
The perfect
There
20-0.
we go. So Greece taking the win here today, and therefore also taking the win in Group A, rank 1 spot. So on Friday they will play the rank 2 placed nation out of Group B. But tomorrow, first of all, we will see Germany versus Ukraine fighting out their spot. Who's going to be third and who's going to be fourth? What do you expect from tomorrow? Who's going to win there?
I mean, I'd like to see both teams bringing Mimi decks. I think Germany probably has the upper hand just on sort of experience and skill, but I think assuming both teams realize that they're doomed either way, we could see some exciting games.
Yeah, definitely.
On paper, yeah, Germany has the upper hand, but again, you know, nobody expected Germany to be out this early. You know, they didn't even make it to the semi. So again, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
true.
what we learned this year. Anything can happen. Both finalists already out in the group stage. Greece and France both advancing to the semifinals. Greece rank 1 undefeated. Definitely looking forward to the next matches here.
So I believe it's Kowalski still his 100% win rate. Is he?
No, I think he lost one match.
So?
Did he lose one?
Or did he?
I guess he lost one, yeah.
Yeah,
he lost. Yeah, I remember.
He lost against Patriarch.
That's it, yeah. The power of the mustache only goes so far.
All right, guys. Yeah, some really cool matches today again. And some very creative deck ideas like Kowalski's Bolster the Schmolster Japan deck. He definitely brought something not too serious here just to try something out. Also appreciate that. Unfortunately, did not go too well for him in the end. Yeah. Any last words from your side, guys?
Grats to Team Greece and also to Team France. Like they're still second place. You know, it's still really impressive, and I wish them luck in the next stage of the event.
No, yeah, just looking forward to more great games, more Game 5 scenarios. They're always the funnest, and yeah, just you know, I don't think I could put my excitement into words. Just you know, I just want to see who wins already.
Thank you for having us, Spooz.
Thanks for being here, guys.
As
usual, very nice from you to help out, and I really like that format. And you guys are just all of you are doing a really nice job. Really cool.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, so then we hopefully see each other tomorrow, guys, when Germany is playing Ukraine. Good luck on the battlefield, stay healthy, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.